Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Time is passing by faster than ever. My months are turning into weeks, my weeks into days, and the days are all starting to blend together. And the worst part? It only seems to be getting faster. Frankly, time has never felt so out of control. I think I'm due for a change. This is how I'm slowing down time. I'd always hear the older crowd saying how time only gets faster as you age. A thought I've been avoiding, a thought that is eerily depressing, saying that the more years there are in your life, the less life there is in the years you have left. I hope that if I simply ignored the thought, it wouldn't affect me. But then it happened. This past year slipped by me faster than ever.
So one of the goals I set for this year, fight against the acceleration of time and figure out how to slow down life literally. And no, I don't have a vinyl player.
But first of all, why does time feel like it's passing by faster than ever?
Well, the most popular explanation is that the more memories we have within a period of our lives, the longer that period feels like it lasted.
We also tend to form more memories in the face of novelty.
So when we're younger, memories are abundant as everything is new, but as we age, life becomes more repetitive. We lose that novelty, we form less memories, and so life feels faster. So to fight the acceleration of time, I just need to form more novelty.
The most memorable periods of my life were times of change when everything was novel. So I guess that must be the solution to a fuller, more memorable life.
And yet, I'm rejecting the solution. See, I've tried it for a bit and came to two realizations. First of all, it just isn't sustainable. There's a practical limit and cost to the amount of new places to travel and new events to attend. And secondly, it works against building good routine. It takes repetition to build depth, and always chasing something new, it makes that difficult. So to this, I'm proposing a new approach. It's called Make It Intentional. We go through tons of activities operating on autopilot. Doing busy work, making small talk, scrolling social media. They're repetitive, not mentally engaging, have no unique purpose. I call them passive activities. We want to reduce these. How?
By turning them into intentional activities. My favorite example is an everyday conversation. It's easy for conversation to default to unmemorable small talk. The weather's great, work sucked today. What if we replace that with intentional conversation? Conversation that's guided towards some purpose. There's a huge difference between going into a catch-up dinner with a friend and just listing out what's been happening in both your lives versus going into it with the intention to better understand a certain aspect of your friend. Let's say your friend's been surfing a lot recently. An intention could be to figure out what is it about these board sports that's so appealing to them. Have they been hating work? Well, you could figure out what would their ideal work environment look like. They did a trip to Japan recently? Well, unravel whether they could see themselves living in Japan full time. See how you can take an active role in making a simple conversation more memorable? Some other examples: passive activity, scrolling social media, intentional version, crafting a piece of media instead, get that thought out there. Passive activity, nonchalantly browsing the mall, intentional version. I'm gonna build this trendy green and white look that's been missing from my closet. You get the idea. And the reason I think this works is because it turns these activities you're just going through the motions of and replaces them with scenarios where you're pushed to be more present. Your level of presence is directly responsible for the quality of your memories. Paint on a canvas and you'll get dry acrylic, but add some intention to each stroke and you might just make a memory.
Something else I've been trying is, on days where there's not much going on, to just give the day some small intentional goal. Like, today's the day I talked to 5 strangers on my way to work. Just something to make the day more memorable. As for myself, I gotta finish some writing today, so this is the day I go to a cafe and finish an essay about treadmills. Hedonic treadmills. Yeah.
Setting intention lets us inject novelty into otherwise routine activities. Our minds better organize memories when the memories are cataloged with labels. And although travels and special events create obvious labels, in their absence, the intentions we set are a pretty damn good substitute. At the root of all this, there is a fear that we aren't doing enough in life, that we are letting precious time go to waste. And in our panic, we resort to booking flights and buying concert tickets when there's a simpler solution right in front of us. To add more intention to our ordinary days. Because when we do, what looks like the same life feels a bit different, a bit more alive, a bit more meaningful, and a bit less like time is slipping away.